Hi everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, something different. This is not crafty. This is going into a whole new playlist called Potpourri. I get questions about how I do my manis for videos. Not that my nails skills are the greatest in the land, but I gotta tell ya, I'm getting better at it all the time. And part of my secret is discovering the Olive and June line of products as well as their approach to manis. So, I'm going to show you how I do it. Sound good? All right, first things first, my container of the essentials. Also, this container is freaking rad, and I'm going to link to this below as well. I'll link to everything I'm using, but it's a series of basic supplies. A buffer, a nail polish remover pot, some cuticle serum, a nail brush for cleanup. That thing just won't stand still. A cuticle pusher. I have Olive and June square clippers. I've got their little shaping file as well, and the poppy. The poppy's pretty cool. This is going to help people who don't really hold nail polish bottles very easily in their hands. It's designed to help you. I've got some nippers and a brush, and again, this little container, it's metal. It's just so cute. I like to be organized, and that's why I keep the essentials together so I can grab them and bring them down to basically my craft table. The color I'm using today is RP, and it's a wonderful, warm, light gray. I think it's gorgeous. And then I just have the top coat to go over the top of the color. Now my nails, this is what they look like naked. Not too sexy, and every time I look at them in this state, I think, dear God, help me. But what's going to help me is this. If I need to shorten them, I'm going to clip. And today my nails are super short already, so I don't think they need clipping. But this is a shaper. And if any of your nails after clipping need a little shaping or rounding, I like sort of the square look, you can use that. But step one is to buff. And this is kind of life-changing because normally I would soak and then I would cut at my cuticles and push them back. And the Olive and June method, it's basically you're going to buff your nails. Now I'm not taking all the surface off my nails by any stretch, right? But I'm going in where my cuticle grows up on the nail and just lightly buffing it off. And it's going to look a bit like a hot mess, right? That's kind of like, how are we going to handle this? Well, we're going to take the buffed nails and we're going to dip them into this little pot of polish remover. This is so cute. This reminds me of being a kid. Like, I feel like this is so retro. This is how I took my nail polish off when I was in 8th grade. And people, I came of age in the late 70s, so I think that's saying something. Love the little pot though. You just dip in your fingers and it kind of removes all the mucky muck, but it also completely dries out your nail. It dehydrates it, and dry nails are critical for having a manicure that lasts. I'll use my nail nippers here just to get any hangnails off, but I'm leaving my cuticles alone, just leaving them alone. I will bring in the nail shaper to try to smooth out any nails that aren't smooth. This one I had to cut off camera. But once all the shaping's done, I go wash my hands and use my nail brush and just gently go over my nails to make sure everything is clean. Then it's time to paint. Now this is the poppy. All of the Olive and June nail polishes have an overcap, so you take the overcap off. And one thing you'll notice right away, the brush itself is flat. It's flat and the brush is flat, and so what you want to do is line up the top of the cap with the front of the poppy. And when I know that the brush flat part is facing forward, if that makes sense, I put my poppy on, and now we're ready to paint. And all the poppy does is it just gives you a little more control with your hand, especially when you're doing the non-dominant hand. I've got my little cleanup brush off to the side in case I make any dramatic mistakes while I'm going, and I do kind of clean up while I go. But I get a lot of the polish off one side. I don't want too much on there, and then I'm going to paint. I generally do the old dab a bead in, push it down, and then drag it up. I try not to flood my cuticles. And I'm actually getting a lot better at this. I think if you just practice more at home, you do get better at it. Over time, I've certainly gotten better at it. And I have nothing against going into a salon, but I really enjoy spending money on amassing a bunch of different polishes for home and just doing this at home. It's kind of relaxing. Especially when you take this approach, which really doesn't take as long as you would think. I used to think it was such a long ordeal, but really, and I do have this sped up a little bit, I can actually do my nails a lot faster than I used to, and I think the poppy is cool because it also gives you a little more visual clearance so you can see your nails more clearly. So I'm going to go ahead off camera and went ahead and did that. Now those don't look quite as good, non-dominant hand and one janky nail, but I'm going to clean up a little. And that's the thing, you can dip the brush into the pot and just swipe and clean any that gets on your actual skin. The other thing that's cool, if you really mess up a nail, which I did while I was doing this, just dip it in, clean it off completely, and start over. And the beautiful thing is, if you were doing that with cotton balls, you know how you always run the risk of ruining your other nails? Well, with the pot, you don't do that. And I do think that is really cool. So I'm finishing up with the second coat, and I will do that on the other hand as well. And that's looking nice. I think it's looking nice so far. The last step, once that dries for about 10 minutes, I will take the top coat. And I generally don't use the poppy when I'm using the top coat because, you know, I'm kind of a boss when it comes to top coat. Plus it's clear, so how bad can I mess it up? One thing I want to point out about these polishes, you may have noticed I didn't use a base coat. That's because you actually don't need one with Olive and June polish. The polish itself, the colors, have a bonding agent built in, and so base coat is actually not needed. Now one thing that I will do though to make my mani last is sometimes every single day I will top coat it. I'm never sure when I'm filming, and I find that by top coating it daily or every few days, it makes the mani last, and that makes me happy. Now, once my nails are dry, I'm going to move on to the final step, which is the Cuticle Serum. This is a wonderful non-greasy serum that you can put on after your nails are dry to the touch, and it's got this soft little applicator tip, and you just turn it a couple times till it clicks to get the serum flowing, and just go over the cuticles, and it gives them a delicious non-greasy nourishment. I have one by my bedside, one in the bathroom, and I keep one in my little set of tools here so that I always have one handy. I really do think my cuticles look 100 times better since having this, and I've become a fan. So that is the finished mani. I think it looks good. And you know, it's not perfect, but I do get compliments on my nails. And again, I like neutral for my videos. So I think if you want to check out a great collection of polish that has a lot of staying power, by all means, go take a look at Olive and June. And also check out the video that I'll link below that showed me how to do this basic Olive and June mani. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.